Let's start, Naina. Already the speaker is there, and let people join.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes. Vika, yes.
You are audible.
Okay. Good morning to one and all. I'm Malvika on behalf of CSI Trivandrum Chapter. Welcomes you all to the workshop on the topic Introduction to Ethical Hacking and How to Win a Hackathon, conducted as a pre-event to the online national hackathon HackMAS, organized by CSI Trivandrum Chapter in association with ICFOSS and GTech mLearn. The section is going to be handled by Mr. BYJU SUKUMARAN. He's the technical team lead of Red Team Academy. He's a certified ethical hacker and cybersecurity trainer. He's well versed in electronic security, ELV system, IT, and networking. It's our pleasure to have him as the speaker. Now I welcome BYJU sir to take over the section.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you, Malvika. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it in Malayalam or English?
Preferably English, because we have participants from nationwide.
Okay. All right. So good morning all, and okay, we will be starting with cybersecurity. Okay. So before going to be cybersecurity, we have to discuss something like what is security, why we need security, what are the part of security. All these things have to be discussed. Okay. So I will share my screens also right now. Please give me a second. Okay. Yes, Ms. Malavika, can you explain me what was the program and what is that program? What will be the program we're going to conduct actually? Okay, Malavika, can you explain that?
Yes,
what are the
sir.
plans you're going to do that?
So about the hackathon?
Yeah, tell me that. Just give me a brief.
So it's a national hackathon, and we have given 4 statements. This is for we are conducting as a solution for the disabled people for their to solve their problem. Yeah, for the as a solution for their problems. We have given 4 problematic statements, and according to that, they have to create a web application or a version of that.
Mobile application. So you have to build a web application or a mobile application for differently able person, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So mostly we prefer to for the hackathons as like a capture the flag and all these things we mostly prefer. But I don't know. This is something like there is a project based, right? So you have to submit that project, or you have to submit the solution, or do you have to submit the web application or the mobile application for regarding that differently able to just need to be submit topics and all. So what is that one? You have to submit the module like a web application or a mobile application.
Yeah, they have whatever they have done, they have to put it in GitHub. And even Deffolio has some standard format of submitting the project. Like the prompt statement have to clearly identify, and then the details of the projects, and certain predefined format is there. Based on the format, they have to fill the content. Along with that, whatever they have been able to complete in 24 hours, they have to put it in the GitHub.
In 24 hours, you have to build applications or web application for the differently able to people or idea.
Whatever it is possible to them.
I don't think so. I think you can submit on 24 hours because this is a web application, or in the mobile application, you need to have some more maybe trial and error techniques. Everything has to be done. Otherwise, you cannot able to submit in 24 hours. Initially you have to build an album, you have to build an architecture, then after you have to start building the programming.
The thing is,
even if you after building the programming, you will make it many kind of errors. Yeah.
Yeah, basically, we have started the promotion much earlier, so people are tuned to what has to be done and how needs to be done. Probably they have some idea of how to proceed with.
All right.
And we are not even specifying that it should be a complete format. We value their idea and how much they have proceeded. Then there is a panel and mentors, and they'll give supplement information to make it into an application.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So we will start with the introduction to the cybersecurity. Okay. So before I'm going to speak about the cybersecurity, I need to get some clarity about the security. So what is mean by security? So what is mean by security? Yes, share me that details. What is mean by security and why we need security? So tell me that what is security, and then after that we can discuss about why we need security. Tell me something about the security. Yeah, randomly you can answer. Hello? Hello? So what is the security? Just tell me that. So what is security? What do you mean by security? Hello? Is that audible? Is there any problem?
You're audible. You're audible. So, students, so the students and scholars.
Yeah.
What do you think is basically security?
What do you mean by what is
common
security?
notion.
Yeah, just give me some brief idea. We can discuss. I mean, it's not like a normal classes or normal sessions. Just pick out me. We can make it a discussion and clear it out. So, what is security?
Security
What do you
means
mean by
accessing.
security? Yeah. Accessing?
Security means, sir, in my words, security means accessing the data or the elements that we required. അതായത് കറക്റ്റ് പറയുകയാണെങ്കിൽ
പറഞ്ഞോ.
ഇപ്പൊ വേണ്ട ഭാഗം മാത്രം നമുക്ക് സുരക്ഷിതമായി ആക്സസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുക.
ശരി, ഓക്കെ. അജയ്, എനിക്ക് കോമൺ ആയിട്ട് പറഞ്ഞാൽ മതി. ജസ്റ്റ് ഗിവ് ഇറ്റ് ഐ മീൻ ജസ്റ്റ് ജനറൽ വാട്ട് ഈസ് സെക്യൂരിറ്റി. മോസ്റ്റ്ലി we know that physical സുരക്ഷിതം. Okay. Okay. We can say like it for security or protections. Okay. Next, some other techniques also there for the security. This is our own reason is protection. Okay. Next, what would be the next reasons? Next
You
reason,
can also share. You're a person who used to think a lot about security, right? While putting content in the net and all. What is your opinion? You can also open up.
Security.
Shabari, actually, I'm using Khalil next. I don't have so sorry for that. Okay. Yeah, we know, Mr. Vinod.
Yes, sir. We need to filter the content. So and we need.
Yeah, that is a protection. In generally, we can talk that is a protection. So next, what will be the next steps for the security? I mean, next thing for security. So okay, we can talk about the physical security. When there is a man standing near in the bank or in the jewelry or somewhere. So why we put that man in front of the bank or the jewelry? So what are the reason for that one? Just speak about that one. We can discuss about the normal general things. So why we need to place that man in front of the bank, or why we need to place that man in the night? So just speak about that one. One thing is protection. Okay, some intruder or some man will be entering the unauthorized access will be there, so he can able to protect. Then what will be the next terms will be? Yes, just share me that. Vinod, speak up. I think many of the people, so there are 48 people over there. No one knows why we need security or what is security. Okay, leave it. No issues. Leave that issues with the physical security. Tell me about the antivirus. So most of the people have the antivirus on your systems, right? In the Windows system. So why we need antivirus? I need to ask with some people. Okay, Vishnu, what is why we need antivirus? And I think okay, Mr. Vinod, so tell me that. Why
we
we
need to protect against from malicious software and intruders.
Yeah, one is the protection. Okay, make it that term as a protection. Okay, I will write this as I will mention as the protection. Okay, then what? Then what? So one is protection. I will mark it as protection. Okay, protection. Then what else? One term is I got as a protection. So security is for the protection part. Protecting. Okay. Then what else? Next, the one term is protection. Protection. So what? That is antivirus. I mean viruses like Trojans, rootkit, or something like that. So there is a protection. Next what? I mean, എന്താണ് actually antivirus എന്തിനാണ് നമ്മൾ ഇൻസ്റ്റാൾ ചെയ്യുന്നത്? ഒന്ന് ആന്റിവൈറസസ് പ്രൊട്ടക്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി. So what will be that? അതുകൊണ്ടുള്ള യൂസ് എന്താണ്? ആന്റിവൈറസ് കൊണ്ട് യൂസ് എന്താണ്?
Antivirus help us basically protect so that we can
Yeah,
do
yes, that is a
payment.
protection. Then another term, I mean, not only for the protection. Yeah, keeping our data safe. It's also same as the protection. It's a protection of the data. The term itself we are standing. So we need to some more data. We get. Tell me that word. We usually change like we mostly plug in the USB. What are the things will happen? When you insert the USB on your PC, what are the things will happen? Just tell me that. Yeah, scan chain. Then what else?
Virus detect.
Yes. So there is a term called protection, another term called that is detection. Okay? Detectia. It is something called detection. I will tell it's detection. Okay. Then after, what else? What else will happen? So once you, Mr. Akhil Raj, so once you found that there is a virus over your pen drive, what will you do the next?
Terminate.
Clear.
You mostly terminate, right? You will be responsible for that one, right? You will take an action or response, right? Yeah, mostly use the move to quarantine or delete or something, do nothing else. We mostly prefer these things, right? Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So there is a response. There is another term called response. So actually, security means there is a three things. There is a protection, there is a detection, and there is a response. So if it is a antivirus or if it is an what is that? Physical security, that those who man standard over in the bank or the jewelry or anywhere on the to protection. What will we do? If we can make an example of that physical security person. So someone standing in front of the bank, if you one thing is you have to protect, right? Someone to unauthorized access has to be protected. Next thing, if somehow the person access that or unauthorizedly access the bank and bank door or something or even the compound, he have to detect that someone has to be detected there. So he has to be there. So he has to be detected. Then after that detection, what will you do? He will respond. He will ask who are you? Why you are here? Or he will respond to police, or he will start make it noises or something. So that is the response. So that is security is something. So actually in these things we got what is security and why we need security. So the both questions has we have an answer. So both questions have the same answer. So security is something we need to protect or detect or respond. And why we need security? This is the three things matters the security. Okay. So have we got clear? So what is meant by security and why we need security? Are we clear? Have we got an idea what is security? Hello? I need actual response actually, guys. Yes. Okay, fine. So that is the security means. Okay, then we have enough kind of securities. So as it is, yeah. Thank you. Okay, so we have enough kind of securities. So mostly we discussed on them initially. That is physical security. Then we know there is a security is called electronic security. So what is in this electronic security? So what are the things comes under the electronic security? So what are the things comes under the electronic security? Have we ever heard about the electronic security? it's kind of electrical side one. Yeah, it's a kind of electrical side. It's a fuse is to protect from high voltage or something, or maybe a short circuit or something. It will break out, and that is a electrical side. Yeah, it's a kind of security. MCB is there or something else. I'm talking about electronic security. Electronic security. Electronic security. I think most of the people have may able to see that in the day-to-day life. One thing is that CCTV system. Data encryption is not at all a CSI, it's not electronic security. So data encryption, all things are come under the information security or security kind of thing. We were discussing about electronic security. So electronic security is something that depends like electronically protectable. It's something like intruder alarm system, something like CCTV system, access control system, something we used to get access to the office using some RFID card or IV scan or finger biometrics. All these are some access control systems. We called as access control systems. Okay, these are some electronic security system. Okay, and then it's okay. So we were discussing about physical security, electronic security, and finally we have an information or IT security is there. Information technology security. In IT security, so what does it mean by IT? I mean information technology. What does it mean by IT? I guess you are from the engineering platform, so you might know that what is IT, information technology. What does it mean by information technology? What are the things that comes under the information technologies? What are the topics dealing with the information technology? Speak up. Speak up, guys. So what are the things comes under the information technology? Hello?
Antivirus.
Yeah, antivirus. Okay. So what is the main thing they have to protect, or they have bioinformatics? Bioinformatics. Okay, fine. What does it means, Mr. Ajay Pradeep? So are you from bioinformatics or some? You're telling what is IT?
Bioinformatics.
Yeah. Bioinformatics. Okay, fine.
Computational biology MSc. I am doing.
Okay, sure. No problem. Okay, fine. So what is that IT? I mean, I'm asking for what is IT. I need the definition for the IT. Yes, you people are going to be in the part of hackathon or something. Firewall. Yes, of course, it's a okay. Firewall, routers, switches, or comes under another term that is called networking or networking devices. We call as networking. So what do you mean? Actually, what is mean by networking? What is network? I guess I need to start with some basics. Okay, what is network?
Interconnection of computer networks.
Yeah, it's not at all in computers. It's with the interconnection of nodes. We can say as an interconnection of nodes. We cannot define it's a computer or something. So maybe it can. Pradeep. It's a connecting with the people. Of course, that is also network. Yes, of course. It's the same in the when we discuss about the networking or in the IT, we should talk about the devices or not. We used to say like it's a nodes. Okay, node is something in connected the different devices connecting together in a single local area LAN. That is a nodes. Okay, and you might know that what is the difference between node and host. Node is something in the local area, and host is the different networks. This is we mostly used to call as host. Okay. Anyway, that is on some networking basis. Okay, I'm not going for that one. And okay, fine. Next. Okay, so we are discussing about the security and why we need security, also things. And now we are discussing about information security. So what is information? So what is meant by information? So what is meant by information? What is meant by information? I guess so much of people are over here. Why are not responding? Mr. Ruben, Renu, Ronnie, Rasik, data. Yeah, it's a data. Yes. So data, whether it is in the collection of data, that is information. That means okay. Large chunk of yes. Thank you, Ajay. And it's the process of data, of course. Okay, Vishnu, thank you. Ronnie, Amrita. Okay, fine. So in what format the data will be available? Whether it is in the hard format, or hard copy, or in the soft copy, or the both. how we store the data, whether it's in the form of hard copy or in the form of soft copy or in the both. Yes, we used to store in the form of both, right? So actually need to protect that information. Okay. So what will happen to data when you unauthorized person access to the office? If it may be software code, what will okay, let's leave that soft copy side. We can make it as a hard copy. So there is a company, he's running making some product, and he has a higher profitable company. And some of the person just imagine there's some more person enter in the office, and he tried to steal some kind of data, maybe in the physical form of data, so like maybe some profit and loss details, or maybe account tax details or something. So what will happen to that company? What will happen to that company? Just imagine he steals some documents, profit and loss documents, account details, employees details, maybe our transaction details, everything, even the client details. All these things were stolen by there is a theft or intruder. So what will happen to that company? What will they? What are the phases will be there? Company should suffer loss. Yes, of course, company would suffer loss. Okay, company will collapse. Yeah. Okay. So some of the points are there. Actually, there is three things over in that part. Actually, three things, whether it is in the hard copy or in the soft copy, three things has to be matter. It's the important factors, and the major attacks are over in that three pillars. Actually, we call it as pillars. Okay. So major cyber attacks or whatever the attacks will happen on that pillars. Okay. Actually, the three pillars are, one thing is confidentiality. Something as confidentiality. So what does mean by confidentiality? What does mean by confidentiality? What do you mean by confidentiality? What does mean by confidentiality? Trust? No, that is not a confidentiality. It should be confident. Some of the details should be confident. Yeah, Shahini, it's integrity something term, another term. Information save okay, actually yes, it should be private. Yes, it's a privacy, right? Like a number ATM pin should be private, right? So that is something we need to make it a confidential. Our secret things like a number secret data also privatize mostly we used to see that. So that is confidentiality means. Okay, so that is mean by confidentiality. So if it is breaks, what will happen? If confidentiality, if some of the person attack on confidentiality of the company, what will happen?
Data leak.
So information, yes, that is a thing called data breach. There is a term called data breach. Okay, and Mr. Achudan, yeah, Mr. Achudan, actually you told that thing that information would shared only among the select way is the confidentiality. Same thing, if it is shared to multiple people, that is not unauthorized persons. It's not unauthorized people. It's like if most of the details will be shared on the dark web, maybe some of the details in the social media, some of the people means documents will be what you can say. Some of the documents will be shared on the Telegram or something. These are the part of the attacks on the confidentiality. So whether it is information security or cyber securities or whatever the securities, we should protect the confidentiality. Okay, we should protect our confidentiality. That is the first pillar. So most of the attacks happens on confidentiality, because if it breaks some confidentiality, they will get some kind of data, or maybe there is a term called ransomware. So have you heard about ransomware attacks? Have you heard about ransomware attacks? Have you heard about ransomware attacks? Yeah, ransomware attack on the means.
Or company hack other data follow hack lock.
Okay, lock so why we need actually
main
okay, fine. Okay, hackers benefit. Yes, that's the term.
എന്നിട്ട് അത് കൊടുത്തു കഴിയുമ്പോൾ അവർക്ക് അത് ഡീകോഡ് ചെയ്തെടുക്കാൻ പറ്റത്തുള്ളൂ.
Yes, yes. So the ransomware attack is something that the attackers try to exploit our vulnerability. So we can term as vulnerability. So vulnerability is something called weakness. Maybe our system may have some kind of vulnerabilities or weakness. Maybe we didn't update our system. Maybe we didn't have any kind of antivirus on our system. Maybe we tried to connect some insecure network. So the attackers may enter our system and they will encrypt our data. So encryption. So what does the term means encryption? What does the term means encryption? What's the term means encryption?
എൻക്രിപ്ഷൻ എന്നാ ഇപ്പൊ നമുക്ക് വായിക്കാൻ പറ്റാത്ത രീതിയിൽ പെട്ടെന്ന് ഒരാൾക്ക് നോക്കിയാൽ.
Yeah. പെട്ടെന്ന് നോക്കിയാൽ we cannot able to read. ഇതിനു മുമ്പ് എവിടെയെങ്കിലും എൻക്രിപ്ഷൻ കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ടോ? എൻക്രിപ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ടോ? ഡാറ്റ ഡേ ടു ഡേ ലൈഫിൽ നിങ്ങൾ യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു ആപ്ലിക്കേഷൻസിലെ ആക്ച്വലി നിങ്ങൾ ഡാറ്റ എൻക്രിപ്റ്റ് ആവുന്നുണ്ട്. Yes, it's a WhatsApp. Do you know how that WhatsApp encrypting the data? End-to-end encryption. You may be able to see on the chat screen there is end-to-end encryption. So do you know what will happen over that? Do you know what will happen over there? Do you know what the end-to-end encryption? Have you seen that? What is end-to-end encryption is happening? Just say no, yes or no. Just I will move on to that. Have you seen that? How that?
ഇവിടുന്ന് പോകുന്നത് അത് വേറെ ഒരു കോഡായിട്ട് മാറിയിട്ട്
Chat text converted. Yeah, someone speaking. Okay, എവിടെയെങ്കിലും ചെയ്ത് നോക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ടോ? അങ്ങനെ നമ്മൾ അയക്കുന്ന മെസ്സേജസ് എവിടെയെങ്കിലും ചെയ്ത് നോക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ടോ? അങ്ങനെ റീഡ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്ന ഫോർമാറ്റിൽ മാറിയിട്ടുണ്ടോ? നോക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ടോ? ട്രൈ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടോ? ഹാവ് യു ട്രൈഡ് ദാറ്റ് വൺ?
സ്കൂളിലൊക്കെ പഠിക്കുമ്പോൾ അല്ലാതെ കോഡ് ഉണ്ടാക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ടല്ലോ.
Okay, so online actually it's available on online. So actually, are you able to see my screen? Screen കാണുന്നുണ്ടോ അഖിൽ?
ഉണ്ട്.
Okay, fine. I will show you something. So mostly everyone will see that there is an end-to-end encryption. So I'm going to show you just to demonstrate that how the end-to-end encryption will work. Okay, so I'm going to give me seconds. Okay, see actually, okay, I will show you that. Okay, if I'm going to see that. So we will have some keys. Okay, there is a public and private keys there. So right now I'm just copying that private key and I will send it to someone. Okay, I will send it to Mr. Agil Raj. Okay, I will sending some message to Agil Raj. I have a WhatsApp and he also has a WhatsApp. We have some contact. So now I will use to like, hi Agil, how are you? And okay, I'm sending him okay, I'm sending like my account number or my Aadhaar details. Okay, this is my Aadhaar. Okay. Actually, now we all can see that there is a plain text data. Okay, this is something plain text, everyone can read. Okay, so now I'm just type it on my WhatsApp, and what will happen when we send data? When we click on that send button, the WhatsApp will use, there is a key called public key. Okay, there is a key called public key. That WhatsApp there is an API. Okay, WhatsApp means there is an application that is called API, application program interface. There is a term. Okay, technical term is there. So there is a key tried to encrypt the data. So now you can see this is my plain text data. Hi Agil Raj, how are you? This is my Aadhaar number. This is the number. Okay, this is my plain text data. And here you can see this is the encrypted data. Okay, this is encrypted data. This is something in the form of base64. There is a normal encoding version. Okay, this data will transfer from my network to over the WAN network, and WAN network to the reception network. So reception who is Mr. Agil Raj. Okay, his network. Okay, so this data will go through the network, through the internet service, our router from the internet service provider to the internet service provider of Mr. Akhil Raj. Okay, the data will receive over his system, okay, his WhatsApp. Okay, now in that side he has a key. Okay, he has a one key that is called private key. Okay, he has a key, so there is a private key. He used that key to decrypt the data, and now his WhatsApp screen will show like, "Hi Akhiljan, how are you? This is my WhatsApp number." In between, there is a part. See, there is a part called encryption. So encryption, there is using some kind of key to encrypt the data. This data types ciphertext or ciphertext. Mostly we call ciphertext. Okay, this is some we cannot be able to read the data. So we no one can able to decrypt. So only Mr. Akhil Raj has only able to decrypt the data. So that is the thing for end-to-end encryption. That even if the user, that there is a sender has a key and the receiver has a key. These two person are only able to decrypt the data. So that is the part. So why we need actually encryption and decryption? So we were discussing about the encryption and decryption. So actually, why we need to decrypt encryption and decryption? Why we cannot able to send the data as a plain text? Why we can't able to send the data as a plain text? പറയൂ, എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് നമുക്ക് plain text അയക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്നത്? To ensure the protection of the data. Yes. So, okay, what is the meaning? അപ്പോൾ എവിടെയായിരിക്കും ഡാറ്റ പ്രൊട്ടക്റ്റഡ് അല്ലാതെ പോകുന്നത്? ഞാൻ പ്ലെയിൻ ടെക്സ്റ്റ് അയക്കുമ്പോൾ എവിടെയാണ് ആക്ച്വലി ആ ഒരു ഡാറ്റയ്ക്ക് ഉണ്ടാവുന്ന കോൺഫിഡൻഷ്യാലിറ്റിക്ക് ഉണ്ടാവുന്ന ഒരു പാർട്ട് എവിടെയാണ് ഉണ്ടാവുക? അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കോൺഫിഡൻഷ്യാലിറ്റിക്ക് ഉണ്ടാവുന്ന അറ്റാക്ക് എവിടെയാണ് ഉണ്ടാവുക? Where it will happen? While sending data, okay. While sending data, okay. Internet തന്നെ. Okay. Yeah, to the senders, not able to sender side. We cannot say that sender side, Miss Ishwarya. We cannot able to say it's a sender side. Actually, it's between the sender and yes, Mr. Ronnie. Actually, it's a between in the sender and the receiver. Yeah, third party will get access to that data. That is the term called man in the middle attack. Man in the middle attack. Okay, so that is something person standing in between the sender and the receiver. So if you want, I will showcase you some example. Okay, have you know that what is the difference between HTTP and HTTPS? Have you know that what is the difference between HTTP and HTTPS? Now we are using there is a URL as HTTPS. Have you know that what is the difference between HTTP and HTTP? Okay, HTTP secures, S-Trans secure. How does it secure? നിങ്ങൾ കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ടോ എങ്ങനെയാണ് സെക്യൂർ ചെയ്യുന്നത്? കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ടോ? HTTP എങ്ങനെയാണ് സെക്യൂർ ആവാതിരിക്കുന്നത് കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ടോ?
HTTP-യിലുള്ള കാര്യമാണെങ്കിൽ നമ്മളിപ്പോ ഒരു ടെക്സ്റ്റ് കൊടുക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ അത് അതേപോലെ കാണാൻ പറ്റും. HTTPS ആണെങ്കിൽ നമുക്കത് വായിക്കാൻ പറ്റൂല.
ഓക്കെ, നിങ്ങൾ അത് മാൻ ഇൻ ദ മിഡിൽ അറ്റാക്ക് ചെയ്ത് നോക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ടോ? ആരെങ്കിലും അങ്ങനെ HTTP എന്ന് പോകുന്ന ഡാറ്റ റിട്രീവ് ചെയ്തെടുക്കാൻ നോക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ടോ? ഹാവ് യു ട്രൈ? നോക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ടോ? ഉണ്ടോ? ഉണ്ടോ ഇല്ലയോ?
ഇല്ല, ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ല.
Okay, I will show you that one. I will use, there is a man in the middle tool, there is a packet sniffer tool. Okay, there is a Wireshark, there is a tool called packet sniffer. The packet sniffing tool. We can just make it connected over a network, and we can able to retrieve all the packets going through our network. Okay, so I will show you that. So I'm right now connecting that my interface on WAN. We can see there is an interface called WAN LAN 0, WLAN 0. That is a wireless LAN, local area 0. So I'm connected over there. So I'm just clicking over there. Now actually you can see there is enough data. Here you can see the below there is a packet data going over there, and you can see that many kind of data is over continuously moving over here. You can see the 11, 10, 22, 3, 23 seconds. Okay, each seconds there is a data is going over. Actually, these data are something like our what is that we can say our our Google Meet data. Okay, now I'm talking to you people. So that is the data is converting to our network. So this is my system IP. This is in the base 64 IP, and this data is going through the network. So you can see there is a source IP and destination IP. Okay, leave it. There is a we're not going to discuss about that, but so we'll be discussing about something called okay, something we are going to showcase you the HTTP difference. Okay, I will show you the HTTP difference. Okay, so I will show you some HTTP data. Test vulnerable web. Okay. Okay, you can see there's a site called test vulnerable web, and you can see the HTTP test php.vulnerable web. Okay, I'm just going to click it over there. And this is the website actually. So here there is an option called sign up. Okay, I'm going to use this. Here they are providing the password as test. Okay, I'm going to log in as test. Okay, this is I'm in the network. I'm using a packet sniffer tool. Just I'm trying to log in. Okay, now you can see that it's logged on. Okay, it's logged on. So now what will happen means actually I just enabled my packet sniffer tool. I'm just going to stop now. And now I'm going to filter out what are the data I sniffed from the network. Okay, I'm going to use HTTP request method and enter. Now you can see there is a data is communicated with my PC. There is a source IP is my system IP. Okay, I will show you this is my system IP. Okay, I will show you that this is my system IP. Just give me a second. Make it indoor. Okay, IP space LDR. So you can show me that. I mean you can see that there is a WAN LAN 0. This is my 192.168.30.162. This is my IP address. Okay, and this is my source IP address and destination IP address. Destination means it's the IP address of test vulnerable web. Okay, IP address of test vulnerable web. And so there is a communication part is there, and you can see there is a login.php. Okay, now I'm going to just make it more clear. This is actually encrypted data. This is snipped from the network. Okay. And you can see, I can able to see. Just imagine I'm an attacker, I'm an hacker, and someone logged in that user test.vulnerable.com. There is a site for that one. So I'm the attacker, just sniffing that network, and I can able to retrieve the data like this one. Even I can able to retrieve the username and password also. Right now I will show you that. Where is that username and password? This is the login.php, and you can see test post user noted, and you can see there is the pass username equal to test and password equal to test. Actually this is called HTTP. This is a simple plain text data which is transferred through our network. So someone, the attacker, can able to retrieve the data easily without any kind of encryption or decryption or encoding or decoding or something. He can able directly he can retrieve the data without any kind of effort. That is HTTP. Okay, this is not at all secure. And if you send some kind of data using the HTTP site, or if you're trying to log in some HTTP site, some attacker will, if the attacker is on your network, he can retrieve your username and password. So here the confidentiality is going to get break or going to get attacked. So this is actually HTTP. Now I'm going to show you that what is the difference between HTTPS that I will show you right now. Actually, it's a brief details. Actually, I'm not going to going for more brief. It has to be discussed many kind of things like SSL, TLS, secure shell level, and TL transport layer shell. Something is over there, so I'm not going to discuss about that one. And okay, now I'll show you to discuss about some HTTP site. Okay, what will we do? Okay, here you have an HackMAS pure site will be here. Here you can see HTTPS. I'm going to refresh this site. Okay, I'm going to refresh this site. So there is a data sending to the server, and it will retrieve to our browser or something. It will happen automatically to happen over there. And my packet sniffer will already capture that one. I'm going to stop this one. I'm going to use that one, TLS. Okay, I'm going using transport layer security. And here you can see there is many things there. Client hello, server hello. These are some initial communication details. I'm not going to explain that one. These are some interesting part of the HTTPS actually. Before we try to connect before try to refresh the web page, our client side, our browser will say hello to server, and even the server say hello to our browser. Then after they try to share the SSL or TLS certificate all over there. Okay, I'm not going to explain that one. Now I will show you that what are the things they are shared, but you can see that this is actually this is actually HTTPS data. Now you cannot edit any kind of things. See, everything is something like a normal data. It's not at all a string, not at all a data, not at all a ASCII string. It's all kind of gen values. We cannot able to retrieve each amount of data. Okay, so this is actually HTTPS. So now why we need actually HTTPS? We need to make it confidentiality, make it protect our confidential data. So that has to be protect. You see some encryption method here. They are using some certificate method or SSL certificate or TLS certificate. Something they are using to protect their data. Okay, so each data will encrypt it and send it to network. So from the browser itself, the browser will send encrypted data to the network. So that is here the basic thing to protect our data. So main thing of confidentiality. Okay, so something has to be discussed. Okay, have you clear that what is the difference between HTTP and HTTPS, and why we what are the things to protect encryptions? Different encryptions are maybe have many kind of different encryptions are there. Something we can see. Have you someone told me? Okay. So many kind of encryption like symmetric, asymmetric, even single key. We can use single key encryptions are there. Public key, private key encryptions are there. Some kind of algorithms are there. Many kind of things to protect the confidentiality. Anyway, leave it for the confidentiality. Now we will move to the second pillar. The second pillar is actually what is called as integrity. So what does mean by integrity? What is meant by integrity? So what is meant by integrity? What is meant by integrity? How you define the integrity of a person? Stability. Okay, fine. Stability. How you define the integrity of a person? We used to, some of the people will say he has some integrity, right? So what does it mean by the integrity? Yeah, trustability. Yes, of course, the trust, right? So just imagine there is an, I will show you some live scenario, reliability, of course. Okay, I will tell some real scenario. If a person trying to access the your college, university, I mean, yeah, of course, integrity. Okay, so trying to access your college server, I mean, not college, university server, and he is trying to modify his mark. So what will happen to that database? So what is my database? There is a data will store using the device, I mean, software or something. There is mostly called as database. Okay. So he's trying to modify his mark. So what will happen to the total data? What will happen to the total data? Is there any issue with the integrity over that data? There's an issue with the integrity of the data or trust for the data? Yes. Integrity is going to change. Integrity is something that we someone unauthorized person. If you can, the authorized person can change the mark, right? So the administrator or system administrator or who can those who upload the mark can change because he is authority. He is the authority to change, or he is authorized to change the data. But some other person, a third party or another person from another college or some other area, if he tried to enter using some vulnerability on the web applications or this database, and he tried to change the data, there is a loss of integrity, of attack on integrity of a data. So that is something called integrity means. Okay, integrity has to be protected. So every data has to be protected, right? So for example, okay, I will tell you in the Malayalam, like just an example. Ipo njan ende bank online banking net banking use ചെയ്തിട്ട് I'm trying to use to I'm using ആർക്കെങ്കിലും like വിഷ്ണുവിന് ഞാനൊരു 5,000 ട്രാൻസ്ഫർ ചെയ്യാന്ന് വിചാരിക്കും. ഞാൻ ഓൺലൈൻ ട്രാൻസ്ഫർ ആണ് യൂസ് ചെയ്യണം. ഇൻ ബിറ്റ്വീനിൽ ഒരാൾ കേറിയിട്ട് ഒരു man in the middle attack man കേറിയിട്ട് he tried to change the account number as well as the amount. He 5,000 എന്നുള്ളത് he added extra zero, so now it's a 50,000. And after also he also changed the he also changed the change the account number. Now what will happen to that data? That the integrity is lost. Yeah. So our integrity, our lost our integrity, the attacker can able to retrieve all the amount and the details from my. So that is the integrity. So we should protect the integrity. So whether it is the physical security or information security or whatever it is, the cyber security, there is a main pillars, that is confidentiality, integrity, and another one is called availability. So what is meant by availability? Tell me some land scenarios of availability. So what is meant by availability? What is meant by availability? So what is meant by availability? Okay, no one is going to answer, I guess. Okay, no problem. Okay, I will tell you another example, live scenario examples. Okay, availability is something mostly we do have some when we were studying like in the 10th or the +2 in the March 2nd or March 10 data should be constantly available. Yes, of course, it's a true one, Vishnu. And okay, I'm going to tell you some live scenario what is the availability means. Okay, so just we were in the 10th or the +2, mostly our result will be published on the March month, and when mostly the result will be published at the 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. or something on the time of the time. Okay, so mostly in the 10th of the +2, the most of the people like around 5 lakh to in between the 5 lakh to 10 lakh. So in the time of 3 o'clock, everyone that 5 to 10 lakh people trying to log in. What is that in the result site, right? Result website, right? www.slcresult.com site, and he's tried to enter the roll number or his what is that ID number. Okay, so what will happen? I don't know right now. Currently I didn't see that. I didn't use the SLC result or +2 result. So before you are, I guess when I'm studying, like I guess it's in 2005 when I'm studying on to 10. That time, what will happen? So when I went to that time we didn't have any kind of smartphones or laptop or something, and mostly we preferred to go internet cafes. Okay, so that time what will happen? The 5 lakh people try to log in or try to check the result on a single server. So there is a one single server is there, the SLC server. So every 5 lakh people trying to log in that system. That time, what happened means that my site will, like the web is the result site will get buffer. So each time I need to refresh. Till then also I couldn't able to retrieve the data. I could have able to wait for like half an hour, 1 hour to retrieve my data. So what was the reason for that one? Actually, there is a attack on. Actually, there is a loss of availability is there, because I need the data. I need to get my result over the current time or 3 o'clock or 3:50 in between the 3:50, but still I couldn't able to retrieve the data. So there is an attack on availability. But what was the reason for that one? What was the reason for that availability? What was the reason for the losing of available data? Someone tell me, what was the reason? So what was the reason? Just tell me. Just think like logically. ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു 10th ക്ലാസ്സിലെ റിസൾട്ട് ലോഡ് ചെയ്യാൻ ശ്രമിക്കുകയാണ്. ലോഡ് ചെയ്യുന്ന സമയത്ത് എന്താണ് ലോഗിൻ ചെയ്യാൻ ശ്രമിക്കുകയാണ്. പക്ഷേ എനിക്ക് ഒരു അരമണിക്കൂറോളം ഹാഫ് ആൻ അവറോളം ഞാൻ വെയിറ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് എനിക്ക് ആ ഡാറ്റ റിട്രീവ് എടുക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്നില്ല, റിസൾട്ട് റിട്രീവ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്നില്ല. എന്തായിരിക്കും അതിനുള്ള റീസൺ? Server busy, data limit, high traffic, network traffic. Of course, yes, network traffic. Actually, there is yes, of course, these are the reasons, main reasons over there. Actually, server got overloaded. Of course, server got overloaded. There is an issue with the load balancing. There is some reasons. Actually, there is a kind of attack. Yeah, something like the bandwidth. Of course, yeah, something like the bandwidth. Actually, not at all a bandwidth. Actually, there is some other reason. The major reasons are something like network traffic, or we can say server got overloaded. Okay, so what was the reason? Actually, main reasons. And we can say I will show you something. I will show you right now. Just give me a second. I will show you some demo. I mean, basic graphic. Okay. Actually, this is the basic principle for HTTP communication. Okay. So major reason is the basic principle of HTTP communication. I'm going to explain right now. Okay, so HTTP, do you know how the HTTP is communicated with the server? How we know that how the HTTP communicate with the server? How our client and the server is getting communicated with each other? How we know the solution, I mean steps for that one? Anyone know? There is some protocols are using through the protocol. Of course, there is HTTP is the protocol something. So what is before that? There is another protocol get activated. So what was that protocol? No, FTP data is something for the movie download, image download or something. So I'm not asking for the FTP. File transfer protocol is not asking for the FTP. I'm asking for the normal HTTP communication. Before the HTTP communication, there is another protocol will get activated. No, IP is IP is the internet protocol, but this is for the only for address. Something like if I send to some parcel to Mr. Niki, I used to say that I should write what else? What are the things? The source address and destination address, or something like from address and true address. So for that purpose only we use IP. Otherwise, there is no requirement for IP. I'm asking for the communication, initial communication. Initial communication. Yes. TCP. So what is a TCP actually? Yes. Alvin is a TCP. So what is a TCP? Okay, I will tell you that how the TCPs get connected. Okay, and I will tell you some examples also. Okay, I will show you right now. So I'm going to use some TCP signals, how the TCPs work. Now I'm going to show you how TCPs get connected. Okay, in TCP, transmission control protocol. There is a not transfer control protocol. This is a transmission control protocol, Mr. Isaac. Okay, it's not a transfer; it's a transmission. Okay, just think this is okay. Please excuse my handwriting will be was one, so please excuse for that. And here this is server part. Okay, this is server part. And so when I log in, so I'm trying to access like www.slcresult.com. My browser or my client side. So usually mostly preferably say that clients. Okay, my client will send hello. This is not hello. Actually, he will send a flag that is called a synchronized flag. Okay, synchronized flag. And so why we need to send the synchronous flag? Our client has to confirm that the server is available on the network and he's ready to communicate. Okay, then he sends the synchronous flag. The server is ready to communicate with the client or whoever communicating with the server. He will send back. There is a thing called acknowledgement. So he will send back synchronized flag plus he will send acknowledgement. Okay, ACK. He will send the acknowledgement flag, and finally he got the acknowledgement. Okay, so this is something we got as acknowledgement. Then he will send back another thing is called acknowledgement. Okay, so when I say if I'm not going to say like technical term, this is something hello. Where I say just imagine hi. Okay, I'm sending hi message. Server will say hello hi. Okay, normal casual communication. Hello hi. And there's a client will say yes. Then now they created a communication. So that is a transmission control protocol. Before every protocol communication, like every HTTP or FTP or every communication, the browser, I mean client side or the server has to create a communication. So that is called TCP communication. So this is part of the TCP communication. Okay. So why you want to share this one means നമ്മൾ ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്ത കാര്യം എന്താണെന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ നമ്മൾ എന്തിനാണ് ഞാൻ ഇത്രയും കാര്യങ്ങൾ ഇൻഡെപ്തിലേക്ക് പോകുന്നതെന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ I have to discuss about availability. What will happen to availability? What was happened to the availability when I trying to log in a SLC result? Okay. So now I will show you that what was happened to the SSA result. Okay. Now I will show you. So the same thing, server, client, and browser. I'm trying to use www.slcresult.com. This is my single case. Okay, he will send, and if he will receive this message here, and then he will respond back, and then he will get. Okay, this is the three-way handshake. This is the term called three-way handshake. But just imagine if I try to send this is one person, but there is a 5 lakh of people is trying to send accessing this one. What is the server? Okay, the 5 lakh people are trying to access the server, and you can see this is a server. 5 lakh people is trying to send the synchronized flag to where the server, but the server is get overloaded or he has some issue with the load balancing. We cannot handle that. What are request is coming, what is the first request, from which person is the first request is came, he could able to get confused, and because he has to send the synchronized flag, synchronized plus acknowledgement flag from every request. But when the same time, when the at the time of 3 o'clock, you have the 5 lakh people trying to send the flags to where in the single server, then he will get confused. He cannot able to identify what was the first request and where I have to send the reply. He get confused. That time the server get overloaded, and cannot able to send any kind of data. That was happened over. What happened over in the issue with that result time. Okay, and actually, so now we can say that this is a temporary process. Like mostly people will try to enter in within 3 to 4 o'clock. But there is an attack called DOS attack. There is an attack called DOS attack. Denial of it's called DOS attack. So there is an attack called DOS attack. DDoS is something else. Okay, DOS and DDoS is there. The DOS attack is something called denial of service. Denial of service means somehow the person can accelerate the n numbers of HTTP requests to the server. Then it's like a 10,000 request, 10,000 requests per second, or 10,000 1 lakh requests per 1 minute, or something like that. Then the server get confused and overloaded, and he cannot able to handle the load balancing techniques. Then finally the server will get down and he will get crashed down. That is called DOS attack. Yes, artificial traffic congestion source of net. Also, we can create that system. Okay, so these are the things we have to discuss. So this is a break. So I was discussing about something losses of and problem of security, that confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Okay, so we have to protect that 3 pillars: integrity, confidentiality, and availability. Okay, so for that purpose, we have to learn cybersecurity, information security, what else? IoT, Internet of Things security, mobile application security, what is web application security, cloud security, many kind of security. Actually, we were in the last 1 hour, we were discussing about only single security. Actually, cybersecurity is something that so vast amount of information has to be discussed, many kind of thing has to be discussed. But we are running out of time, so that's why I'm just going fastly. Okay, so we were discussing about cybersecurity, and here you can see why we need. Okay, here what is the cybersecurity is there. Okay, we haven't discussed about cybersecurity. Okay, so now we know that what is the pillars of security and why we need security. What are the needs of security, and different kinds of securities are discussed. And now we come to the main topic, what is called cybersecurity. So what is the cybersecurity? We were discussing about electronic security or something. So what is cybersecurity? So what is cybersecurity? So what is cybersecurity?
Online protection.
Sorry?
Online protection of data.
Yes, it's in the cyberspace. It's in the cyberspace. Cyberspace data has to be protected. So cyberspace data matramalla, cyberspace detail. Yes, security on the cyberspace. Yes. Data matramalla, devices protect cheyanam, computer protect cheyanam, even other applications, web applications, website, servers, many kind of things has to be, databases has to be discussed. Yes, data handled through the internet. So why that cybersecurity is important for why does cybersecurity matters on 2021? Why does cybersecurity matters? So everyone is talking about cybersecurity. There's enough kind of cybersecurity workshop, cybersecurity conference, everything happening all over the world. So why does it matter that much important? What is the main reason for that one? Yes. The most of the information is digital at this point. Everything is number of users increases, number of people are access to the internet is increases. So see, last 2 years, like as a part of COVID, so what happens? Most of the people try to everyone going to the online, every work's going to the online, going through the online, every meetings are going to because of publicity and knowledge. Publicity and knowledge. Wow, okay. Well, Miss Amrita, what is it? Publicity? Because of publicity. What do you mean by that? Could you please clarify that one? Actually, I didn't get publicity. Knowledge is fine, but I didn't get that. What is publicity? Can you please elaborate that one? But what does it mean with publicity, and what do you mean that publicity of technique? Yes. Techniques. Yeah. It's a thank you. Okay, thank you. And okay, so publicity of the techniques. So everyone get access of internet initially. Everyone have a computers. Everyone have a mobile. Even single small. Even the 5,000 rupees mobile also has internet access, web applications. Everything is there. So every single normal user can able to access the internet. Even he can able to retrieve the data of something. He can able to learn the data, everything. So we have a big library that is called Google. If I want to hack something, so imagine I'm going to if I'm not unaware of any kind of details, okay, any kind of cybersecurity of hacking or something, I just want to learn something. What is cybersecurity or how to hack a how to hack a mobile application. Just I'm going to try this. I'm a normal user, okay. So I'm trying to log in. Here you can see how to hack an Android app. Don't try it this home. Best hacking app for Android 2017. So many kind of informations are available on our internet. If you have a best learner, if you have a capability to self-learn, you can able to learn everything on your internet through the internet. So each and every single person can able to learn through the Google. He cannot able to go through any institute. He cannot able to he cannot able to go through any institutions or something to learn sometimes attacking or something. He never. Everything is available. If you are a true self-learner person, you have the available. If you have any numbers of data available or techniques available on network. So these peoples are trying in the time of COVID. So most of the people most of the hackers. I'm not talking about the Kerala or Indian peoples. They are mostly you go through some YouTube channel like BYJU, Malu Travel. But the most of the abroad peoples like Iranian peoples or some other countries, European countries, mostly prefer to learn these techniques. They have to learn something about techniques. The most of cyber attacks were happened on the 2020. Actually, we know that what was happened to the Zoom. The most of the people started to decline the Zoom meetings. What happened to Zoom? Some attackers try to enter the Zoom software without their knowledge. Try to record their Try to record their videos. Try to record their meeting details. Everything is stealing from the network. So so most of the people, even from the China or Iran, where Korea, from every people that started to learn the techniques. Everyone is aware about that because everything available to the internet. So everyone can able to learn that one. Even in the Kerala, many of our village offices, then Krishi offices, agriculture offices, everything is going to smart. So everything is going to be smart. All the data is uploaded on our internet. So it has to protect. See, everything has to be protected. Confidentiality, integrity, and availability. We have to protect these pillars. So everyone is start to digging about cybersecurity. So how do we protect our personal data? How do we protect our company data? How do we protect our banking details? Everything has to be protected. So that's why the cybersecurity is the important factor of 2021. Now each when our technology is going fastly, right? So our from 3G to 4G, now 4G to 5G, optical fibers are there in the faster internet is also available everywhere. So we are everyone can access from here to the Finland, and there is a server on the Finland, or if there is a data on the America, US or UK, everyone can access all over the world, right? From any corner of the world. Even from the small village, we can access the data of the New York, UK, or we can come talk with the person in the Finland or New Zealand or somewhere. So technology is going faster. The internet availability is going faster. Everything is going fast. So same time, attack cyber attacks against the data, or against the servers, against the web application, against the mobile application, against the cloud. Everything is happening. So what is the main aim for that one? They have to, some of the people has to get a what is that, familiarity, publicity. They have to get some publicity. They have to get some show off. They have to want to be some show off on our friends, or show off on or some kind of revenge over there. Or they maybe they get some kind of they have to interest on businesses also, business process. They have to shut down the big businesses over there. Maybe some of the people has to demanding the money also there. So many details, many kind of things are happening over the day-to-day life. So the whole thing has to be protected. So that is the important fact. That is the cybersecurity matters on 2020, 21, even more on 2022. And the main thing is has to be protect our these things. This is a CIA, but that is meaning CIA triad: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Okay. And so some of the terms like hacking, cybercrime. So cybercrime is something like unauthorized access to our some data or stealing some data. These are some cyber crimes. Any crimes that happening over in the cyberspace is called cybercrime. Okay. So we have the term called hacking. So what is mean by hacking? So what is mean by hacking? So what is mean by hacking?
Data
yeah, without their permission, we are trying to load. Yes. So, okay, what is ethical hacking and unethical hacking?
Ethical എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ ഗവൺമെന്റിന്റെ ഒക്കെ അണ്ടർ വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നതാ. മറ്റേ ബ്ലാക്ക് ഹാറ്റ് വൈറ്റ് ഹാറ്റ് അങ്ങനെ പറയത്തില്ലേ? ethical ആയിട്ട് വരുന്നത്.
Okay, ethical എന്നുള്ള ടൈം എന്താ മീൻ ചെയ്യുന്നത്?
ലോസിനെയൊക്കെ ഒബേ ചെയ്തിട്ട്.
Yeah, it's a legal one. Okay. Okay, and unethical is not a legal one. So legal one is a white hat hacker. So white hat hackers means they will get access, give you access. Maybe they will try to give you the permission to do the hacking or something. Maybe get some like a penetration. There's a term called penetration testing. Pen testing means, okay, or teaming is something like red teaming or pen testing or VAPT, vulnerability assessment or something techniques over there. These are some ethical hackings. But unethical hacking is without their knowledge, someone is trying to access the data or taking over our Facebook account, taking over our Instagram account, or hacking our phone, or hacking our web application, or hacking our system. All these things comes under the unethical hacking. Okay, and now, okay, some scripters. Cyber terrorists, state-sponsored hackers activities. State-sponsored or cyber terrorists is something like mostly now Korea or Iran, like China, mostly use cyber terrorism. They are not going to use the weapons like armed weapons. They are using cyber attacks. So to the big companies or America, US, UK. So mostly they are prefer for cyber attacks. They will shut down the total power system. Mostly that I will show you that there is a power shortage issue on our India, in the Mumbai. This is come from the China actually. Power shutdown issue on Mumbai. There is a news, I think the last year, I guess. See, there is a multiple tripling customers line about 360 megawatt power supply. Mumbai was cut off initially by 2:05 p.m. Power restored to some parts of South Mumbai and Navi. Outage of main service city or hospital. Mumbai cyber attacks. The massive power outage on March last year has been the human error or not due to the, okay. Actually, these are most reported, but mostly they were cyber attacks. The cyber attacks happened from the China or somewhere. And even there is a atomic power station over in the Kudangulam in the Tamil Nadu. There is a cyber attacks over from Korea. There is a many kind of, they will shut down the total plant. They will shut down the power supply, because what will happen? The most of the power stations are now controlling the ICS, industrial control system. It's connected to the internet. Everyone can able to read or find out the report, or you can control the power station from anywhere of the world because it's connected to internet. So if there is vulnerability or an IT software or something, the attacker can able to inject the code and they can take over the whole control and shut down the total country. So there is a many attacks are happening over there. Okay, so that is why, because of cyber attacks. Okay, not cyber terrorist attacks. Okay, and see here. The attacks on confidentiality, these are the things we are discussing. Attacks on integrity, attacks on availability. We are discussing about that. Some kind of cyber attacks. So malware attacks, mostly the malware attacks is called as ransomware attacks. This is a example for the ransomware attacks. So, and also we were discussing, okay, DOS attacks. There is another term called DDoS. DDoS means distributed denial of service. DDoS. I will tell you the term of DDoS. DDoS attacks. DDoS attacks. I will show you the image. Okay, see, this is actually DDoS attacks. The attacker can control it. The attacker can use the server, and from the server he can able to inject the malwares to the enough numbers of computers through there. Maybe they will downloading some cracked software, or something. So while you downloading some cracked software, that botnet or malware is automatically download to your browser and your system, and then it will activate your system. Then the attacker can control from anywhere of the world using the server, and he can able to generate n numbers of HTTP requests to the single server, and he can shut down, he can track the any victim servers. That is the DDoS attacks. Okay, so that is the denial of service attacks. That's a kind of malware attack. And denial of service attack. Then SQL injection attack. Have you heard about SQL injection? What is SQL? Why we need actually SQL? Have you heard about SQL? Maybe you were discussing about SQL database or something. So why we need SQL? Yes. Okay, why we need SQL? Why we need SQL? Okay, why we need database? Store data on database. Yes, collection data using queries. Yeah, fine. So, okay, we can have the example. We have a username password, right? So mostly we use to like if you want to access some account, we should have a username password, right? So before that, we have to register that. So when you register some account, the data will get stored on the database. So when the database gets stored on the database, then every time we are trying to log in, the clients will request our username password to the database, and he will compare that whether it is the username password is available on your database or not. If it is available, he will send a session ID. There is a token. Okay, token ID will send to client side, and then the browser will log in. That site will get logged in, and we will get access to the web page or Facebook or Instagram, whatever it is. Okay, this is the most thing happen. But just imagine, without any username password, do you think that without any username password, do we can able to log in your account? Are you aware about that one? Without any username and password, have you able to access any login pages? Have you heard about that one? Have you heard about that one? Any kind of albit? Okay. Another people. No, you haven't heard about it. You haven't seen that without any username, password. So actually, there is an attack called SQL injection attack, and there is a term called login bypass. Okay? There is a login bypass technique. The technique using the database, we can manipulate without username and password, and we can access the web page or web login pages. That I will show you right now. That is how the SQL injection attack happens. And just to one web, and all you can see this is just one web page, and here you can see sign up page. Now we know that the username is password test, but I'm not going to use any. I'm not going to put any kind of username password test. I'm trying to use some single technique, single code. Okay, I'm going to use single code or 1 equal to 1 and hash. Simply I'm using this condition. Okay, single code or 1 equal to 1 hash, and I'm trying to log in. Now you can see it's get logged on. This is actually SQL injection attack means actually this is because of weak data encryption, like a big data means data analysis, we can say. Because when I try to enter some kind of data on the login page, that backend haven't validate the data. It should validate. What should validate? See, I will show the difference between validation. When I'm trying to log in some other web page, is like hack the box. So when I'm trying to log in some web page, See, I will show you that. I'm showing some example. Okay, here you can see email. There is an option called email. So in that time, I'm going to use enter some kind of number. And when I see the password, now you can see there is a message called email must be valid. Email must be valid means so that the inserted data is getting validated on each time. So when I'm entering some kind of data, each input, user input is validating. But what happened here, when I'm here, is usually we need to enter the username password. Rather than what I insert a single quote 1 equal to 1 hash. Simply I used to use some kind of commands and try to log in. It's a lack of user input validation and also lack of some data. This is some issues with the SQL query. Okay, so that is the main problem of SQL injection. Okay, this is here we can inject any kind of data. Even we can, it's not only the login, we can retrieve any kind of data. So last time, like Air India breach, I think in the April 2021, there is a breach on Air India. Air India data breach. Air India data breach. You can see Air India has been suffered FLIR recently personal data 4.1 million customers. Journalist of India sort of damage 30 lakh from the airline for breach of data. He's termed as a breach violation of the right to forgotten information anatomy. See, there is a black Air India data breach happened over there. There is a recent cyber attacks on the airline third-party data processor. Its data is accessed through the database and through SQL injection. They tried to retrieve all kind of data from using the SQL injection. So that is another kind of path. Then man-in-the-middle attack that I explained before, like using my network sniffing and all kind of things. And password attacks. Password attack is something like we can guess the password or we can create the password. So before just imagine, I will give you an example like, okay, if I want to log in Miss Aishwarya Mohan's any kind of Facebook or login of any kind of login page, initially I'll try to gather information from her. Like maybe I will talk to her, maybe I will visit her LinkedIn page, Facebook or whatever it is. I will try to log in. I will get some kind of word list. I will try to create some with your name, just get name, his father's name, his personal details name, maybe his job or some kind of name, maybe his mobile number or maybe her like her pet name or something. I will start to create. I have some kind of tools, crunch tool or something tools are there to create a password list. Then I try to log in using some kind of tool, brute force tools. I have many kind of tools over there. John the Ripper or tool or many kind of tools. Direct attacker tools are there. You can see this. I'm using a Kali Linux, and here you can see password attack tools. Many kind of hashtag, Medusa, Encarp, OpenPay, Birdlist. Many kind of tool offline attacks tools out there is available. Okay, so I can create a tool. I can see there is a crunch. There is a tool to create a n numbers of password list. Okay, that's another thing. And also we can download n numbers of password from the Google. How can I able to download the password? See, simply I can have I be phone. There is a site called Have I Be Phone. I can download any kind of password from the Google. Here you can see there is around updated on 2021. See this month they are updated. Now we have a 17.2 GB of password available. It's a breached detailed data. Actually, everything easily available on network. Okay, so here it's a 7.2 GB. That means I would say an example. There is a 10,000 password makes around 300 KB. Okay, 10,000 group of like the size of 10,000 password list is 3 KB. So now you can imagine how long that password would be in the 17.2 GB. That much amount of all the breached data, passwords and usernames are available on internet. We can use and attack any kind of login pages, and we can take over the accounts. That's the password actually. So much of easy actually. So easy everyone can get access to the accounts. So password use we should use some kind of proper password techniques. Like the password, so I will use some red team. So red team at 1, 2, 3 is just imagine red team. So I mostly use red team $T, and team for the team I use T, and small e I use some star or something, or I use 3. Okay, I simply use 3. Okay, red team, and I use hash and 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, and I use some hash symbol $, some symbols. So it's not at all easy to crack the password. So use kind of Facebook, social media accounts of any kind of bank account, you should use some kind of hard password, because if you are using sim kind of password, red team at 1, 2, 3, if you are using this kind of password, I can able to retake your account within 2 seconds. I can use some kind of tool, I can retrieve your account within 2 seconds. But if you are using this kind of password, maybe I would take like maybe years on years to retrieve crack your password. Okay, so that has to be, this is the password attack. It's in the part of cyber attacks. Okay, the malwares, blah blah blah, many things are there. So I'm not going to some, and also you know that there is a phishing attacks is there. The another thing, the main issues over right now is phishing attacks. So have you seen any kind of phishing attacks? Have you seen any kind of phishing attacks? Have you seen any kind of phishing attacks? And from these topics, okay, Ronnie has raised your hand. Okay, open queue. Yeah, Ronnie, tell me that. Have you seen? Okay, you have seen that phishing attacks. Okay, fine, thank you. And have you seen anyone seen that any kind of phishing attacks or something? Do I need to recreate the phishing attack? Do I need to recreate? And we will discuss some hackathon techniques, and we will write up because it's almost 2 hours. Okay, so tell me something. Do you want to see that how the phishing pages are creating? Please respond. Nobody is going to respond. So no one wants. Okay, fine. Leave it. I'm not going to say showcase that. Okay. So we will discuss about. So we want to get some phishing pages. Okay. Okay, I will show you. Okay. She is trying to log in. Okay. Aishwarya is trying to log in. Aishwarya at gmail.com, and she is using some passwords. Some Aishwarya, some kind of password, whatever it is, some junk values. Okay. So she is trying to log in right now. Okay. If she has an username login credentials, it should go directly for redirect to the Facebook page. Okay, now you can see there's a Facebook page right now. So it happened. It's a normal thing happened. Okay, but the meanwhile, the same time, my server got her IP as well as I got her the mail ID and the password. This is how the basic thing of phishing sites. So this is a simple case of phishing Facebook page. anyone can build any web page and send it to anyone, and if he or she are trying to log in, he will get the attacker can get the username and password directly into his server. This is the normal simple case of phishing attacks. Okay, anyone can retrieve any kind of data. This is a basic part, and also many things. This is a simple username password things. Another term is something like the attacker can try to inject some kind of malicious code to the victim's browser. So if I send some kind of malicious, if I just imagine if I create some kind of malicious code and create it on web link and send to someone, like I will send to some Albin or something. If you try to log in, that my malicious code will inject on your browser or in your system, or I will extract your session ID. So what is meant to session ID? Something, the key ID or token that will use instead of a password, right? So that if I retrieve the passwords, I can able to take over your account without your username password. This is something like it will happen on Netflix or Amazon Prime or something. So we can able to retrieve some kind of session ID from Google, and we can inject it on like a session ID editor or something, and we can take over some others accounts without the payment or something. This is a session ID takeover or something. Okay, these are some basic part of the cybersecurity. This is some basic. This is a small part. It's around. So if you ask me, have I explained all the things of introduction to cybersecurity? I said no, because this is a little things around 10 to 20% of cybersecurity. It's enough kind of thing to discuss about cybersecurity. Enough things to learn about cybersecurity. And even I've been learning cybersecurity from the last 2 years. Okay, from the 2019 to this year, I mean to December now. Still, if you ask me how much you know about cybersecurity, I would say like 50%, because cybersecurity is something like it's a vast, like a big ocean. We cannot able to find the dead end. So it's a many things to learn. Each and small little things has to be learned for that one. Then only we can aware about cybersecurity. So if you're planning for the future, like if you want to some cybersecurity researcher, or if you want to some cybersecurity enthusiast, you should have an interest on self-learning. First one is self-learning. Second one is a continuous learner. You should learn day by day. Okay, then only you will be stick on cybersecurity. Otherwise, you will thrown out from cybersecurity. Because cybersecurity is something developing day by day. Attacks are happening day by day, so you should aware of some threat hunting for digital forensic. Many things are available. Anyway, a lot of things are there going to that. So many kind of details are to be discussed. Okay. So these are some part, and I'm going to discuss not going to discuss more about that one. Some okay. Next was to discuss about your hackathon details. Okay. So someone tell me that what are the ideas you have planned for the hackathon? I think this is something which you have to create some mobile application and web applications. You should know some kind of, and right now the most of the mobile applications are developing with Flutter and maybe Java or some kind of that. Mostly you can develop on Java. That's also fine. But most of the systems are still have some vulnerability or find out. But if you have some kind of idea, no problem. But the development is mobile application development is somewhat difficult compared to the web application development, because it takes some more time compared to web application. So web application is something basically in the front end you can just simply create some web pages like HTML, CSS, and the CSS folders are available on Google. Just you can copy it and use it. And HTML is easy, and you can even you can access from there. There is a many GitHub pages are for the web pages. You can build easily, and only the JavaScript was something is related to. So how do the data has to be processed or something, but the backend is part is the different. Okay, so tell me what are the ideas have you find out to go for hackathon? What are the ideas you have? So then we will discuss about that. Actually, initially I thought that there is normally the hackathons are like a CTF, capture the flag challenges are there, but this is something like a problematic statement for development part. Actually, this is a development part. Idea innovation something else there. So tell me that what are the ideas you have and what are the things you have to actually does it matters in the related to the cybersecurity? I don't know that actually. This is something you web application projects, something like a real web application project. Many of them maybe we can develop the product with inbuilt with the embedded system. if you are learning some of the people from the electronics department, easy, you can develop it with some embedded system coming with the web applications. You can use some kind of chatbot or some kind of device with the in the help of the embedded system. So if it is planned, actually they haven't mentioned some kind of cybersecurity or something. They are completely based on web applications actually. So the collaboration of presenting HackMAS or online national hackathon provided by the platform some real world challenges, and hackathons some students work together with societal cause. Okay, they haven't mentioned about anything about cybersecurity or something. So this is completely based on web application development actually. If you have an idea, if you have an architecture, if you have an algorithm, you can build it. So what is matters on the cybersecurity? How you are going to implement with the cybersecurity? That's what I want to know about. Someone speak with me. If you something called, someone were talking. Okay, Malavija. So tell me that one. How you are going to incorporate with the cybersecurity? Yes, Naina. Speak up.
Hello, sir. Like this actually we are giving to the participants. They can actually decide whether we want to incorporate with cybersecurity and all. The theme of the hackathon is to help the differently abled people. So they can either make a website or a mobile application or a chatbot or any other innovation. We're not restricting it to just web application or a mobile application. They can do anything on any innovation is fine.
Okay, fine. Okay, so tell me some ideas that you have already found out, or you have any kind of idea to elaborate, or you do have any kind of idea to develop it, something? Do you have any kind of idea? If you have any kind of idea, we can discuss on.
So that's for the participants.
Because I don't know how to incorporate with
ഇതിപ്പോ കോമ്പറ്റീഷൻ അല്ലേ, അപ്പൊ ഐഡിയ പറയാൻ പറ്റത്തില്ലല്ലോ.
Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. So, okay. Tell me. Okay, if this idea is fine. Okay. Then tell me that how are you going to incorporate with cybersecurity? You can tell me that one. Okay. You don't need to tell the plan, idea or something. And do you have you find kind of idea or something? Do you finalize any kind of idea? If you just say at least that one.
No, sir, there's nothing like there's a finalized idea. We'll start from today 2 p.m. only. So afterwards, they'll start preparing something and all.
Okay.
Or if some
Okay, if you need some kind of
your idea with cybersecurity, you guys can talk to sir right now when you can plan something as of now.
Okay, if you cannot able to speak it right now, you can directly contact Mr. Mohammed Nias, and he will arrange some meeting or something. Or you can come to, if you are in the around in Trivandrum or something, or if you are in the like a Kochi or something, or if you are in the Kozhikode or something, you can. Or we have a branches over there. If you are in the Trivandrum, you can come to office and we can discuss. If you want to incorporate with some kind of in cybersecurity or hacking, something like that we can talk about that. Otherwise, rest of thing is something about completely on software development part. So that is just if you know, if you have an idea, if you have a structure, if you know how to build the software, or if you know how to build a mobile application, then pakka, there is no need to discuss that. You can go for that one. But rest of thing, if you want to something, you have to incorporate with some cybersecurity, or some, if you even also you can make it something related with. If I can tell you some examples, like if you are going to build a web application, and if you want to get some cybersecurity, if you're building, normally most of the developers won't but think about the security side. They will just simply develop the code using their logic. So maybe it can be break easily. So that's why every company is appointing some security engineers over in their company to test. There is a pen test, BAPT, something are there. So everyone will get assessed. They can assess the developers to protect, make it more secure. So if you want that kind of thing, that we can help you out some kind of research. And the rest of things, pakka, it's a software development. and you can develop it by yourself, and you can get the idea or anything that you can. And I don't think that you can submit it in within the 24 hours or something. That has to be maybe you take some more. At least you will take 2-3 more days, or otherwise you should be like that much brilliant on the development, like code development or something. Then it will be easy. But still, you will take some more time because maybe the logical errors may come in. Maybe syntax error will come. Maybe structure error will come. Maybe working. Maybe also you have to take some more time to get tested. So that will happen. But rest of the thing, okay, fine. And if you want to ask something about the cybersecurity, you can ask me right now. I'll give you 10 minutes and you can ask me right. Otherwise, we can wind up that. And hope you, I don't know, actually, I couldn't able to speak more about the cybersecurity because of the limited time. So many things. So already I mentioned you, it's like a ocean. So it's many things. We are just standing on the shore only. Actually, there is any kind of things are available on cybersecurity. If you want, everything is available on Google. You can use Google, YouTube, everything on. If you want to learn more about cybersecurity, you can learn. It's all available on internet. There are many platforms are there. If you want to hack a machine, if you want to get how to get practice on hacking a Windows machine, we have a platform that is the HackMAS is the platform that where you can use to hack machines. So many platforms are available. Many things is there. If you want to learn, you can get. Okay, that is a part. And if you want to get know about anything about cybersecurity, you can ask me right now. I will give you 10 minutes. You can ask me. Anyone want to ask me? You can ask me. I will ask with some people. Okay, I will. Aditya say, do you want to know something? Anything? I have a doubt. Bay, Achudan, Aditya, Aishwarya, Jay, Agil, Albin, Amruta. Okay, this is there. Kopika. Okay, fine. Harsha, Vidya, Joseph, Julia, Lakshmi, Malaviga, Nikhil, Philip, Yazik. Okay, fine. Fine. Okay. So, Naina,
Hello.
what the, yeah. Who is this?
Sir, how is the email secured?
Email is get secure. Okay. So many things is there. Actually, if you load to, okay, I will show you some emails out there. So when you see there's a spam, temporarily unable to access your contacts, you may experience problems of that. Okay. So have you able to see, right? Can you able to see my page? Yeah. Okay. So now you can see there is I got a spam. Actually, what is the reason for the spam means there is a file is shared or there is a drive is shared over here, and in this drive there is a content name called hack or some .exe or some kind of word list names are there like .exe, .x, like .rar or some kind of file would be there. That will filtered by what is the in Gmail or Google. They will read out or they will and then like what you can say they will analyze each and every words on a single email. Maybe they will verify about the attachment. They will verify about the word email address. They may verify about the content of the email address. So you can see that your spam or your spam will have enough kind of emails that is not related to something. Maybe some of you have some emails like win the lottery ticket or you got a cash prize. Send me that. Like all those mails are goes to here where it's on the spam because they are filtering out with some word list. This kind of win, cash prize, all these terms will be back it as a blacklist. They will create a blacklist and whitelist. Mostly the Gmail, Google are using blacklist. They will add these kind of word list will be added on your server and they will analyze each word list from your mail and words from the mail, and if it is some kind of matches, it will move to the spam. And another thing, there is a part of email security. We use total internal protection. There is some and Kaspersky, McAfee are providing email security. So what does it mean? Means they will analyze the all network security. The email means an electronic mail, right? So it's electronic mail means all the data, packet data is traveling through that network to this browser or server. Each packet will analyze by packet, and will find out that whether any malicious code or malicious script or malicious link or malicious name or something related to the malicious or something related to the blacklist of based on the database or firmware of a what is that virus. So virus softwares, antivirus softwares. Okay, they will match. If it's matched, they will move to delete or they will make it as a important spam. Okay, that is why it will find. It's based on the signature. We cannot say it's a firmware. It's a signature based because a day, their word list and then the firmware and the database and everything get updated with the path. Because mostly we can say maybe some of the people may get some mail from the bank. Maybe it's not a mail directly from the mail. Maybe they will manipulate the mail address of the bank. So maybe if you see clearly, you can see that maybe some kind of spelling mistake or maybe some kind of difference on the spelling. But initially, the common people cannot able to find out that. So if you are using some email security systems, they will easily find out and make it move to the spam. So that's how that email security is work. And is there any way to know the email is read or received to the person? That is actually that here you can use in the Outlook actually. Microsoft Outlook, there you can, if you are installing Microsoft Outlook, if someone reads it, he will get an acknowledgement that you can activate. Otherwise, you cannot able to do that. The Gmail doesn't have any option for that, but Outlook, Microsoft Outlook has an option for that. How does quarantine work in antivirus? Quarantine is something. What is the how do the quarantine of COVID patients works? How it acts? He is enclosed in a single room. He cannot able to go out and anywhere. He just enclosed in a single room. Same way, they will create a enclosed container form, and all the viruses will be moved to that one, and they won't communicate with each other with the other services. That is what same work as a quarantine. It's the same like a COVID patient. They will be enclosed in a single room. Same way, they will create a container, and the viruses will be moved to that container, and it will get blocked. That container is controlled and carried out by the antiviruses. So if you remove the antiviruses, that container will get removed, and maybe the virus will be affected on your all other file systems. And so that's why we didn't have using any kind of antivirus on the Linux system, because Linux file system is building like a container. We can say that every files, every services, every libraries is building different file directories. So if any kind of virus is injected on some kind of directory, it won't go to another directory or another library or anywhere. So that's why the Linux is more secure and protected. But what about the Windows? It's all incorporated with a single one. Yeah, Mr. Philip. Yeah, Mr. Philip, speak up. Yeah, Philip. Okay. Yes, Pegasus is able to hack any software, not any software, any vulnerable software. They can able to retrieve the data from the iPhone. They had some vulnerability weakness over in iPhone. So there is something in the back end actually. They haven't actually that is published their vulnerability. What was the vulnerability? But they have created some patching tools, softwares over there. So now they are patching that part, but still it's some of the softwares available. Even the Pegasus is something that we using for WhatsApp call. There is a vulnerability over the WhatsApp also. So they were using through the WhatsApp call or WhatsApp image. I mean WhatsApp chat. Someone clicked on that one, they will injected over injected on the background of the mobile, and we can able to retrieve all the data like mic, our screens, camera, screens, everything we can able to hack. But this is highly valuable, highly costable. It's around millions you have to pay for Pegasus software. But that we can, if you have some below, if you have some mobile like below Android 10, you can create. It's not ethical. Actually, it's unethical part because it's using by any kind of like a government organization, mostly politicians. So what happened to the Indian? So again, Indian government, actually it's not unauthorized part, but still we can some of the we can say there are users over in the internet or in the news, like Indian government brought that software and integrated on many kind of politicians, police officers, armies, news reporters. So it's not unethical. It's completely unethical part. So I was saying about like it's not. We don't need to go for Pegasus. Actually, you can create it. If there is a tool called Campfish. Okay, there is a tool called Campfish in the. It's available in the code. It's available on the Google actually. It's a GitHub. See, you can see. This is a tool. You can send the link to someone, and you can able to retrieve the front-end camera image of any person. So this is a simple part. This is a simple free tool available on the Google. So you can, if you create a link and send to someone, if that person click on that link, that his front-end camera will activate, and that I think 10 to 15 photos will be sent to attackers. Simple thing, everything is available on the internet. Actually, you don't need to go for Pegasus. Okay, so everything is fine. And Miss Naina, is it okay? I think most of the people are left right now. It's not ready to all good now.
Okay, sir. We can conclude it.
Okay. Then thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an amazing session. This was so interactive, and within that short span of time, you have taken us to a very wide range of topics in the field of cybersecurity. Thank you so much, sir. And for all the participants, thank you for attending very interactively. And we'll put a feedback form in the chat box right now, so you guys can fill it and you'll get a certificate from the Red Team Academy. And thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you all, and all the best. Bye.